Now what we'll do is we'll create a card where we will have a set of contents, and we'll see how it is different from a regular frame or a regular group versus an auto layout. So I will keep this on the side. I'll move here, or let's just make it hub contents again so that it only takes a smaller amount of space. Now let's say I want to create a product list card. Okay, this is the place where I will have the image. So I'll say this is my image layer, or I will just call it an image. Then we will have the name of the product name. Okay, we will slightly adjust certain things so that it also looks like a UI pattern. Now we will replicate the text icon, and we will say this is a short description of the product. This becomes smaller, or let's say the brand name. We normally do not have a description on the listing card. Product name, brand name. Okay, next what do we have? We'll have a price section. So we will have this price section. It says $12.99. Sorry, $12.99 today. Then there is a striked out price, which is okay. We'll do 1200. Then we'll say it was 2000. Okay, and we'll say it has an percentage off today. Okay, so this is going to be a strikeout. This is going to be slightly bolder. This will also be a little lighter, and this will have a color. Okay, so now every time you create an auto layout, your each row will become one auto layout. However, what we will do is we will first create auto layout of a row. In this case, these. Okay, so let's start with the price. Now we have 1, 2, 3 elements. I have selected all 3 of them. I will right click and I will do an add auto layout. Okay, now it's in an auto layout frame. I will say this is my price section. Okay, I will reduce the space to 8 so that it's sort of closer. Auto layout also gives you a lot of control over design. You need not change things by selecting individual items and then giving it that sort of spacing. I don't know if 4 was decent. Okay, next is your product name, and your brand name is 1 unit. Okay, so that will become your one auto layout. So I will select this too and create an auto layout. Okay, we will also add all the resizing properties, everything to this. Just stay with me for a while. Okay, now this is an auto layout. I will say this is my product name, name unit. Okay, now this is an independent layer. It's an image. So I will select all 3 of these. Okay, I have one auto layout here, I have one auto layout here, and then I have this. I will select all these and I will right click. I will say add auto layout. Okay, now as you can see, my parent frame. Okay, this is my listing card. Let's say I have one element. I have one element. I have second element. I have third element. Now if I select this, okay, and if I use an up arrow, it will move the object to top. Down arrow, it will again bring down. So it has a lot of flex. Then the other thing is, now if I increase and reduce the size, let's see what happens. Okay, so right now nothing's happening. Why? Let's see. Because the property of my auto layout, okay, a property of all the elements inside auto layout, the resizing properties should be set to fill container. Right now it is fixed with, so irrespective of the size of the parent frame, it will follow its own size. We will change it to fill container, which means it will occupy all the space that's available by the parent frame fill container. Okay, now now let's see what we are supposed to do with this. Product name, again fill container, this one. As you can see, there is some space left here. I will change this to fill container. So we saw what is hug contents, we saw what is fixed with, we saw what is fill container. Now we will see how it adapts to different sizes. So as you can see, if I had an image here, it would have been responsive. Now let me add some text here. Okay, I will actually reduce the size further, and I will say the name of my product is too long and does not fit in 2 lines. Okay, now remember, while we were doing the text tool, we learned about truncate. So I'll truncate this, okay, and I will change it to fill container. Okay, now you can see that we'll increase the height so that at least we can see 2 lines of it. Okay, now let's select this card and again try to resize. Now let's just check once. This is fill container, correct? This is fill container, this is fill container. Now this is a child for this parent, but this is a parent for this children. Okay, so you also need to make sure that all the children have fill container as their width resizing property. Now I will select this and I'm increasing the size. As you can see, the text that we have, it starts to occupy more space. Okay, now let's say this is this is not a listing card, this is an Instagram one image card. Okay, so we have this image. I'll make it slightly smaller for now. Then we have certain icons, but we have, let's say we have this content space. Okay, some people write a lot of content. Okay, and I'm removing the brand name. I'm not removing the brand name, I'm removing this. I'll say name of the person. Okay, name of the person. The Instagram card is different, we are just using this as an example. Now we will remove truncate and we will say no, we want to have it a fixed width. Okay, now as you can see in this text layer, we have a fixed height, and that is the reason why it is only taking that much space, but all the text is overflowing. Now how do we do this? We change this to hug contents. Yes, this one hug, because it will continue to take space based on the content, so it will hug the content available. I'll reduce some, and now it has little text. I will just change the color here so that it comes across as clearly as a different layer. Okay, now this is my one card, this is my second card. Okay, this is my third card. Actually, I'll use my shortcut. I'll replicate this. Okay, and Control D. Okay, so I have 4 cards here. I'm selecting all of them and I will right click and add an auto layout. Okay, now let's add some more content. Now as you can see, as I add the content, it will automatically adjust everything else in the layout. Let's remove this again. Let's say the content is suddenly shorter. So what it does is it gives you that flex. You do not have to change an individual item. Now I will take a copy of this whole frame. Okay, this is my full list. I will copy this and I'll paste it here. Now I am removing this auto layout. What you can do is you can either right click or remove auto layout. You can also use this minus sign and remove it. So I've removed the auto layout. Okay, now we will just keep it a frame. This list is now a frame. Right, now I will let's try doing this. But we now see it is not the next list, it's not automatically adjusting, so I have to go inside it and move everything. Now as a designer, this is something that you will not want to spend time on, and that is the reason why the best use of auto layout is that it gives you a lot of control over your design. It automatically adapts when you change something, and it also makes sure that your design is consistent throughout. So you have a certain set of spacing and it will follow that across. That's the advantage of using an auto layout.